earth has been a trip, man. All praises to the Most High. First thing I want to do is denounce all these abominations. Denounce all the abominations. All them pagan holidays, Sunday church worship, bowing down to false idols, eating pork, catfish, and shrimp. I'm denouncing all that right now. And it's a whole lot of other abominations that I don't even do. So I ain't gonna even mention them. But yeah, they had me worshiping this wannabe Christ with blonde hair and blue eyes. That ain't nowhere near Christ. So I started reading my Bible so I can show myself approved. I'm giving the pastor all my money, and he ain't even teaching me the truth. The pastor got a nice car, but I'm sitting up here struggling. I can't even pay my bills, man. Something wrong with this bitch. Say I didn't found the truth. I believe my grandparents lied to me when I was going to church. None of our grandparents did no research to tell us the truth. They just believe what the pastor says. That's why you see the smile on my face, yeah. Yeah, they had me celebrating Christmas, man. That's Nimrod's birthday. That ain't Christ's birthday. And you remember back in school, all them Christmas programs? Man, they been dumbing us down since elementary. They taught us the wrong history. These people almost cost me my soul, man. While I was searching for some answers, this world had enslaved my mind. They was enslaving my mind, man. Your mind, too. But when I found the truth, I knew then the Most High opened my eyes. But the Most High opened my eyes. I can finally see right now. Yeah, they taught us the wrong history in school, too. Had us thinking we was Africans, man. Africans don't even claim us as they people. Think about that for a second. And that's why you see the smile on my face, yeah. So we found out that we the 12 tribes of Israel. The Negroes are the real Jews. Now we know God's name. His name is Yahawah. We call him the Most High. We never use his name in vain. Now I know how to praise the Most High and give him all the glory. This world done dumbed us down so much, man. They was calling my brother named Jesus. His name is YAHAWAH Man, they lied to us, man. Go look up the letter J and find out when the letter J was invented. 500 years ago, man. His name was never Jesus. His name was Yeshaya. He had a Hebrew name. When the Most High built up his people, it's gonna be the most beautiful thing. And that's why you see the smile on my face, yeah.
So I'm gonna read this too, but
okay.
All right.
Excellent is your name in all
All right. Shalawam, shalawam, shalawam. Kwam Yasharahla. Shalom all Israel. This happy Shabbat day and another blessed day in the land of the living. And let's give praises and glory and majesty and dominion to the Most High YAHAWAH WA YAHAWASHI. And also today my topic class is is salute and tribute and honor to our fallen soldier, Chaarawtaza-Ahla, our brother. And I'm going to start off my class with a psalm, Psalms 133, which is a well-dear psalms that he loved, we all love, and all Israel shall love this psalm, Psalms 133, starting from the first verse.
Reading from the book of Psalm, chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head, that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Adawan commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
Hallelujah. So Chaarawtaza-Ahla, he loved this psalms too. I like it, we all like it, and it's a very true and indeed psalm. It's a beautiful thing when brethren could dwell together in unity. It's strength, it's power. All right. So my class, it's not going to be long. It's going to be straight, direct. But before I go into the scriptures, I want to read some things about Chaarawtaza-Ahla to give us salute and a tribute and honor to our brother, our fallen soldier. All right, because he's a dear fellow brother, soldier, well-deserving props and honor and tribute. And I'd like y'all to read this here out for me. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Tribute and salute and honor to our fallen soldier, Chaarawtaza-Ahla. Characteristics: kind and loving, very dedicated, charitable, donated of his financial contributions tremendously. Number 2, hobbies. Bowling was his passion.
Right. Chaarawtaza-Ahla loved bowling. That was his passion. He loved bowling, man. Sam, go ahead.
He loved bowling. He always wanted us to do bowling team competitions.
Right. That's what he always wanted, to have a bowling team that have competitions amongst us. All right. Continue.
He loved traveling to Israel and Jamaica.
Right. He loved going to Jerusalem. He loved that. Him and Mathatuwa, they loved that. All right, go ahead.
He lived in Jamaica for 2 years.
Right, and he loved going to Jamaica too, that he lived in Jamaica for 2 years. All right, go ahead.
Number 3, he did 6 years in the Marines.
Right, so he was 6 years in the Marines, all right, in the Marine Corps. Go ahead.
His trade was an auto mechanic working for United Airlines.
Right, so he was a mechanic working for United Airlines, all right? Okay, Newark, New Jersey. Go ahead.
Which was Continental Airlines, where he worked for over 23 years.
So when it was Continental Airlines, United took it over. Eventually they merged the two corporations, so it became United instead of Continental. So he worked for that company for over 23 years in that company. All right, continue.
Number 4, he came into the truth in 1991 through One West UPK.
Right, so he came into truth in 1991 through One West UPK. Go ahead.
Joined and graduated from the Trooper program instituted by Mashara.
Right, so he joined the Trooper program and he graduated from the Trooper program. All right, instituted by Mashara. Go ahead.
He became an elder at the House of David 8 years ago.
Right, so 8 years ago he became an elder in the House of David. Continue.
With his 30+ years of devoted service.
So 30 years plus he's been in the truth from the time he came in 1991. Continue.
With his achievements of making many Hebrew books, the Torah, prophets, Psalms, New Testament, all written in the ancient Hebrew.
Right, continue.
Hebrew booklets. He made for learning and speaking Hebrew. He made a scroll and was written in the ancient Hebrew.
Right. So, see the scroll here? I'm going to show you the scroll here. You should bring me that scroll right there. This scroll here. And yeah, the big one. I think it took him about maybe 2 years to complete that entire scroll. See the scroll here? See how big the scroll is? I think it took him 2 years to finally complete this scroll. All right? Let me show you something. And he did it with dedication and love. Let me give you an example of his work, his fine works that he did. All right. See the scroll here? He did this himself. All right? And in it, it's written in the Hebrew. All of it written in the ancient Hebrew. This entire scroll. All right? He did this. All right? This was the 5 books of Moses from Genesis to Deuteronomy, written in the ancient Hebrew. This is what he did in his achievements and lifetime at the house of David. And we give him honor and tribute for this work that he did. All right? Continue reading that.
He made for the school a 10-commandment plaque written in ancient Hebrew.
Right. Yakanan, you see that plaque over there by the ladder on the floor? Bring that for me. I want to show you. Yeah. So these are some of the great achievements that he did for us. All right? And he did many more works, and those are just a few of them that he did. All right? So I want to show you that plaque that he did, this plaque that he made in Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew. You just bring one of them, yeah. All right. This was all handcrafted. He handcrafted it. Let's see it right here. Handcrafted by him and written in the Hebrew. All right. So these are some of his works that he did for the school and for the nation. All right. So we give him all props and praise and salute and tribute to a fallen soldier. And may he rest in peace until the time of the resurrection. All right. So that's my salute and tribute to our brother Chaarawtaza-Ahla, a fallen soldier. All right. So let's go into the scripture. And when I close up, I'm going to leave a final salute and dedication to him. All right. So let's go to our first scripture is John, the 11th chapter.
Reading out of the book of John, chapter 11 and verse 1. Now a certain man was sick, named Lazarus, of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary which anointed the Adawan with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. Right,
so Lazarus was sick, all right? Just like Chaarawtaza, he was sick. Everybody knows eventually when he came back from Israel and he went to the doctor, he was feeling kind of funny. So he went to the doctor and the doctor told him they detected that he had cancer. So we was like, what? Cancer? You know, and the doctor said it was at stage 1 at that time. So he was sick, you know. All right, continue.
Therefore, his sister sent unto him, saying, Adawan, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. When YAHAWASHI heard that, he said, this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of Yahweh, that the Son of Yahweh might be glorified thereby.
So YAHAWASHI could be glorified, all right? So everything is done for the glorification of the Most High through his Son YAHAWASHI, all right? Continue.
Now YAHAWASHI loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus.
Right, so YAHAWASHI loved Martha, her sister, and Lazarus. He was tight with these 3 people, all right? Continue.
When he had heard, therefore, that he was sick, he abode 2 days still in the same place where he was. Then after that, saith he to his disciples, let us go into Judea again. His disciples say unto him, Master, the Jews of late sought to stone thee.
Right, so the Jews, which were the Judites, the Israelites, the leaders of our people, sought to stone him because they were jealous of him, all right, and didn't want to recognize him as the Messiah. Continue.
And goest thou thither again?
So the disciple says, listen, man, the Israelites, the Judahites want to kill you, and you still want to go up to Judea? Go ahead.
YAHAWASHI answered, are there not 12 hours in the day?
So there are 12 hours in a day. Okay? 12 hours comprise a day and 12 hours a night, which give you 24 hours complete, which goes all together with what? The 24 elders. Because remember, everything coincides with and around the nation of Israel. Okay? 12 hours, the 12 tribes, all right? The 12 months, okay? Everything coincides around the nation of Israel. Continue.
If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him.
That's darkness, okay? Darkness in men, lack of understanding, lack of wisdom, lack of knowledge, ignorance, stupidity, evil. Continue.
These things said he, and after that he saith unto them, our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go, that I may awake him out of sleep.
So YAHAWASHI said, our friend Lazarus is sleeping, that I might go and awake him out of his sleep. Okay? So death is asleep. Okay? Continue.
Then said his disciples, Adawan, if he sleep, he shall do well. Howbeit YAHAWASHI spake of his death.
Right. See? That sleep was his death. Okay, continue.
But they thought that he had spoken of taking of rest in sleep. That said YAHAWASHI unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead.
He said, Lazarus is dead. Okay, continue.
And I am glad for your sakes that I was not there, to the intent ye may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. Then said Thomas, which is called Didymus, unto his fellow disciples, let us also go, that we may die with him.
Didymus was something else, boy. He was the same one that doubted YAHAWASHI. He didn't believe him. You said, if I don't see the wounds in his hands and his feet, the piercing, I don't believe it. So YAHAWASHI called him Doubting Thomas. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 17. Then when YAHAWASHI came, he found that he had lain in the grave 4 days already.
So he was in the grave 4 days already. Continue.
Now Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem, about 15 furlongs off. And many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother.
Right. So in the time of a person's death, that's what you do. You comfort that person. All right? Because death is a painful thing. When you lose a loved one, it's painful. So you comfort that person. All right? Continue.
Then Martha, as soon as she heard that YAHAWASHI was coming, went and met him. But Mary sat still in the house. Then said Martha unto YAHAWASHI, Adawan, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of Yahweh, Yahweh will give it thee. YAHAWASHI saith unto her, thy brother shall rise again.
See what YAHAWASHI told her? He said, thy brother shall rise again. And just like any one of us that die in YAHAWASHI, we're going to rise again. YAHAWASHI said, your brother is going to rise again. Continue.
Martha saith unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day.
So we knew about the resurrection. We knew about that. Now remember, the New Testament wasn't written then. So how did she know about the resurrection? Because it was written in the Old by the prophets about the resurrection. So she said, I know he's going to be risen in the resurrection. All right? So we knew about the resurrection, but you had certain leaders of Israel, I think it was the Sadducees, that didn't believe in the resurrection. But we knew about the resurrection in the last days. All right? Continue.
YAHAWASHI said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life.
YAHAWASHI said, I am the resurrection and the life. YAHAWASHI is the death and he is the life. Go ahead.
He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live.
So what YAHAWASHI said, and he that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. That's a deep saying. Continue.
And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this?
That's what he told her. He said, believest thou this? Now what does he mean when he said, and whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die? What does he mean by that? You shall never die. You shall never die spiritually. Okay? But that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, that connection of the Most High will always be within you. You will never die spiritually of not having the knowledge of the Most High. But you will die physically, but not spiritually. That's what he means by that. That everlasting wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High and his operation will always be within you. Okay, continue.
Verse 27. She saith unto him, Yea, Adawan, I believe that thou art the Hamashiach, the son of Yahawah, which should come into the world. And when she had so said, she went her way and called Mary her sister secretly, saying, The master is come and calleth for thee. As soon as she heard that, she arose quickly and came unto him. Now YAHAWASHI was not yet come into the town, but was in the place where Martha met him. The Jews then which were with her in the house and comforted her when they saw Mary, that she rose up hastily and went out, followed her, saying, She goeth unto the grave to weep there. Then when Mary was come where YAHAWASHI was, and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, Adawan, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died.
She said, if you was here, he wouldn't have died. Go ahead.
When YAHAWASHI therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled.
So YAHAWASHI groaned in spirit and he was troubled. All right, continue.
And said, Where have ye laid him? They said unto him, Adawan, come and see. YAHAWASHI wept.
Right, so YAHAWASHI wept. So he showed emotion right there. He wept. Okay, he showed that emotion. Okay, continue.
Then said the Jews, Behold how he loved him. And some of them said, Could not this man which opened the eyes of the blind have caused that even this man should not have died?
So see what it's saying now? This man, he opened the eyes of the blind, but yet he couldn't save this man from dying? Continue.
YAHAWASHI therefore again, groaning in himself, cometh to the grave. It was a cave, and a stone lay upon it. YAHAWASHI said, Take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, saith unto him, Adawan, by this time he stinketh.
He said, listen, YAHAWASHI, man, the body is stinking now. This thing is stink now. You don't want to move that thing away, man. Go ahead.
For he hath been dead 4 days.
He's been dead 4 days now. Go ahead.
YAHAWASHI saith unto her, Said I not unto thee, that if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of Yahawah?
So YAHAWASHI had to remind her again, what I told you. If you believe, you're going to see the glory of the Most High. Continue.
Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. And YAHAWASHI lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hadst heard me.
Now, so the question is, who was YAHAWASHI praying here to? Was he praying to himself? If he's God? No, he was praying to the Most High. He was asking the Most High, I thank thee, O Father, that you have heard me. Continue.
And I knew that thou hearest me always, but because of the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth.
And Lazarus, he said, Lazarus, come forth. He commanded that spirit to come forth. Okay, go ahead.
And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was bound about with a napkin. YAHAWASHI saith unto them, Loose him and let him go. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which YAHAWASHI did believed on him.
So people only believe when they see miracles, right? When they see something happen. All right, continue.
But some of them, went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what things Yahawashi had done.
Some went to the Pharisees and said, oh man, we got to tell the Pharisees what this guy did, man. All right, go ahead.
Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
They said he's doing, this guy, he's doing too many miracles. What he's doing, everybody's going to believe him. We have to put a stop to this. Continue.
If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
See, and that's what they fear, that all men will believe on him. Go ahead.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
And that's what they fear, that their reputation, their position will be taken away from them.
Right.
And the Romans will come and destroy us.
Right.
So there were a bunch of Uncle Tom leaders that had good times with the Romans. Don't push the button. We don't want the Romans to come upon us. We want to enjoy the good things that we have. My prestige. I'm the first black. I'm the first of this. I'm doing good. That's the same our people do today too.
That's right.
For that position.
Right.
Don't upset the white man. Don't say those things, brothers. Calm it down a little bit. Don't say he's the devil. Don't teach those things. Because they only care about their positions.
Calm.
And that's the same way the Pharisees were. Oh man, he's stirring up things. Nothing changes with our people.
Right.
History always repeats itself, man.
Right.
That same cycle. Continue.
And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not.
And that's what John 3:16 is about. John 3:16 is not about the whole entire world.
Right.
It's about the world of Israel.
That's right.
That he died for that nation.
Right.
That's the purpose of him. But everybody take John 3:16 out of context,
Right.
not understanding what John 3:16 is really about. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever, hear what it says, whosoever. I make a damn drummer uncle that scripture. Okay? Most I gonna jack these bootleg preachers and all these false teachers for pushing that lie, man.
That's right. That's right.
Okay? Read that verse again, Yahawah.
I started from the 49th verse. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, ye know nothing at all.
And that's our people today. They know nothing at all. Continue.
Nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not.
That's right. Go ahead.
And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahawashi should die for that nation.
That he should die for that nation, the children of Israel. Go ahead.
And not for that nation only.
Now, when he said that nation, he's speaking about those of us that were in Judea, in Jerusalem. Okay? These were called the circumcision. Okay? Now read the next verse now.
Verse 42. And not for that nation only.
And when he said, and not for that nation only, it was speaking about the uncircumcised of Israel that was what? Into Hellenism.
Right. Right.
They were dispersed into the Greek philosophies, into Greek indoctrination.
Right.
They were called Hellenists. So they were called the uncircumcised. Those in Jerusalem was called the circumcised or the circumcision. All right? Read it again.
And not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of Yahawah that were scattered abroad.
Because we were scattered abroad. We were dispersed into the four parts of the earth. Okay? That's what it's talking about. To the dispersed of Israel that was scattered during the time of the Greek dispersion, while the Greeks was ruling. Okay? You want to bring something, Yahawah?
No, it's all right, Khan.
Continue reading on.
Verse 53. Then from that day forth they took counsel together for to put him to death.
And that's what the Pharisees, Sadducees, and the elders of Israel did. They took counsel to put Yahawashi to death because they saw, wait a minute, we can't allow this to go down. Continue.
Yahawashi therefore walked no more openly among the Jews, but went thence unto a country near to the wilderness, into a city called Ephraim, and there continued with his disciples. And the Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. Then sought they for YAHAWASHI, and spake among themselves as they stood in the temple, What think ye, that he will not come to the feast?
So everybody was running. Is he gonna come to the feast? Is he coming? Let's see. Let's check and see if he's gonna come. We have to see more of these miracles. We have to see if this guy's really true. Continue.
Now both the chief priests and the Pharisees had given a commandment that if any man knew where he were, he should show it, that he might take him.
Right. So our people are something else, man. Listen, Israel, we could be good people, bad people, extremists. We could come into all categories, man. We're not just into one category. We fit the whole, the whole paradigm shift of everything you think of, man. We fall in the category of being hateful to, loving, kind, biased. We could be biased to, hypocritical. All right? We fill a lot of those shoes as a nation of people, man. And the Pharisees and the Sadducees were that main group. Okay? These were the elders of the people. All right? So lose that, and let's go from there to the book of Romans, the 8th chapter. Romans, the 8th chapter, and we start from the 28th verse.
Reading out of the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to them who are called according to his purpose.
Right, to them who are called according to his purpose. All right, continue.
For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate.
So everybody is predestinated. Everything and everybody is predestinated. When you're born, when you die, when you come into truth, okay? Everything is already predestinated by the Most High. And it's just happened when it falls on your lot. Continue.
To be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified.
Right. So whom Yahawashi justified, he also glorified. Continue.
What shall we then say to these things? If Yahweh be for us, who can be against us?
Right. If the Most High is for you, who could be against you? Not even Satan. He's going to try. All right? But Satan knows he has a certain boundary he can't pass. And he knows that because the Most High told him that in the book of Job. He said, you could do all you want to do. But you see my boy down there, Job? You see my servant, Job? You could do all you want to do, but don't kill him. All right? So there are protocols and there are orders in the spiritual realm as long as also in the physical realm. A person could say all day, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you, nigga. But he can't kill you unless the Most High gave the order to kill you. But you don't be ignorant of that. You watch that Negro. All right? Because the scripture said, trust not every brother, because some brother will supplant you. Okay? But you keep an eye on that wicked Negro. You watch him. All right? Now I mean you just say, yeah, the Most High with me, I ain't got to worry. No. You still have to watch and observe. Okay? But the Most High still have your back. Okay? Like I said, the Most High have your 6 and he have your 12. Continue.
Verse 32. He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all. How shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Who shall lay anything to the charge of Yahweh's elect?
See that? That's a big question. Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? Continue.
It is Yahweh that justifieth.
It is the Most High that justifieth. Go ahead.
Who is he that condemneth? It is Hamashiach that died, yea, rather, that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of Yahweh, who also maketh intercession for us.
And that's who makes intercession for us. The Most High is not making intercession for us. It's YAHAWASHI. The Most High gave him that job. So you just can't go straight to the Most High. You have to go through YAHAWASHI. And it's going to be to a surprise to a lot of our Israelite brothers too. Those that are, I don't believe in no guy called no JC. I don't believe in no Messiah. Our non-Messianic brothers, non-Messianic brothers, it's going to be a big, rude awakening to them too. All right, go ahead.
Verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach?
Right, who's going to separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Who's going to do that? Go ahead.
Shall tribulation?
Shall tribulation that you're going through in life? Go ahead.
Or distress?
Or distress, you have a lot of distress. Go ahead.
Or persecution?
Or you being persecuted by friends, family, enemies. Go ahead.
Or famine?
Or famine, because a famine is coming too. Go ahead.
Or nakedness?
Or nakedness. Go ahead.
Or peril? Or sword?
Or sword. Shall these things separate you from the Yahawashi? That's the question Paul is saying. Go ahead.
As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter.
And that's us as a people. We are counted as a sheep for the slaughter. Every day we're being slaughtered. Whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, we're being slaughtered. Go ahead.
Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us.
See? So in all these things we are more than conquerors. All right? We're supposed to be conquerors, all right? Through him that loved us. Go ahead.
For I am persuaded that neither death nor life.
See? Death nor life. Go ahead.
Nor angels.
Nor angels. Go ahead.
Nor principalities.
Principalities. Go ahead.
Nor powers. Nor things present. Nor things to come. Nor height. Nor depth. Nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Hamashiach Yahawashi, our other one.
See that? So none of these things are able to separate us from the love of the Most High, which is in Hamashiach Yahawashi, our other one. And that's the level that we have to come on to. Not even death could separate you and hold you back from loving the Most High. All right? Go ahead.
That's it on that.
That's it on that.
Yeah.
All right. From there, go to 2 Timothy, the 4th chapter. 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter. 2 Timothy 2 and the 4th chapter. And this goes out for all of us, for Chaarawtaza-Ahla and all of us. But now that he's at rest, he has finished his job.
2 Timothy 4th chapter?
Yeah, 4th chapter, and start from the 6th verse.
6th verse.
Yes.
Reading out of the book of 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 6. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand.
So this is what Paul was saying, all right? So Paul knew he had to depart from this world. The time of his departure was near. Now Chaarawtaza, he departed. So now we have to hope for and strive for what Paul's going to say we are going to receive in the end. Continue.
I have fought a good fight.
So Paul said he fought a good fight. Okay? And all of us have to fight that good fight to the end. Continue.
I have finished my course.
And we have to finish our course. Did Chaarawtaza finish his course? Yes, he finished his course in the short time. All right, go ahead.
I have kept the faith.
And did he keep the faith? Yes, he kept the faith. Do we have to keep the faith? Yes, we have to keep the faith until the end. Go ahead.
Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness.
See what he says? Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness. And that's what we all want to receive in the end. A crown of righteousness. When Yahawashi gives out that reward in the end. And he said, come forth, my beloved servant. You don't want to hear in the end, depart from me. ye that work iniquity. In that day, you don't want to hear that, because once you hear that, brother, it's over. It's done. It's done. You want to hear, come forward, my good and faithful servant. Receive that blessing from the Most High. That's what you want to hear in the end. So that's why we have to strive to obtain that crown of righteousness to the end. Continue.
Which the YAHAWAH, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day.
See what he said? He shall give me in that day. What day? In the day of the resurrection. The day that he's going to receive his reward. Continue.
And not to me only.
And not to me only. So Paul is saying, not to me only. Go ahead.
But unto all them also that love his appearing.
So what it says, and to all them that love his appearing. All right? So that's what we're striving for, all of us. All right? From there, go to 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. And we all want to obtain that righteousness in the end to receive that crown, okay, at the day of the resurrection. All right? 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, and start from 35.
Reading out of the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 35. But some man will say, how are the dead raised up?
Right, that's the question. How's the dead going to be raised up? Is the dead going to be raised? Once you're dead, brother. Anybody coming back from no grave? That's what people tell you. While you're living, enjoy and do what you got to do now, brother. Get yours now, brother. Because when you're dead, you ain't getting nothing, brother. You have to get yours now. You want to make money? Make all the money you could do it now, brother. That's what people will say. Get yours now, brother. Oh, come on. Go ahead.
And with what body do they come? Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die. And that which thou sowest not that body that shall be.
Okay, read that part again.
I'll start from 35 again.
Yeah.
But some man will say, how are the dead raised up? And with what body do they come?
Right. So how are the dead raised up, and with what body do they come? Some people say, so if the dead is going to be raised, are they coming back with the same body? Are they coming with another body? Yes, you're coming back with your same body, but a better body than you had before. Okay? A better, much better body. A body free of sicknesses, ailments, diseases. Okay? You're coming back with the same body that you had. Okay? But it's going to be a much better body. You ever seen anything with a $6 million man? We can make him better, stronger, faster. That's how you're coming back better. Okay? Go ahead.
Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die.
So it has to die. The body has to die in that sense. When you plant corn, it has to die first to bring back up and come forth into that mature and fruitful fruit. Okay? A lot of times what you plant in the earth, it doesn't grow up right away. It has to go through a phase where it dies and then come back up with full maturity and strength and fruitfulness of it. All right? Continue.
And that which thou sowest not that body that shall be, but bear grain. It may chance of wheat or of some other grain. But YAHAWAH giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body.
To every seed have its own body. So we're not all the same people. That's why the Most High made us into different people, okay? Nations upon the earth. The seed of Esau is not the same seed as Israel. The seed of a Hamite is not the same as the seed of an East Indian. Okay? That's why the Most High made classifications and categories of people and nations in the earth. The seed of an Israelite is not the same as a Hamite. Right. Even though we might look alike, but we're different. Even though we came from Northeast Africa, which is Jerusalem, that still doesn't make us the true Kemetic people of Africa. Totally different. Our DNA makeup is totally different. Our bone structure, our spirit is different. Continue.
All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts.
Right. So you can't come back when you die, come back as a dog. That foolishness. Well, when he come back in the reincarnation, he come back as a cow. No, foolishness. You're not coming back as no cow. No. That eats Indian garbage. You come back as a cow or a dog. No. That's foolishness, man.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead.
Another of fishes, and another of birds.
Right. You're not coming back as a bird neither. Okay? Go ahead.
There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial.
So there are spiritual bodies in the heavens and there are physical bodies for the earth. Continue.
But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another.
Right. So the glory of the terrestrial is one, and the glory of the celestial is another. So they're two different. But the Most High is going to give us that celestial body. All right? We're going to have that spiritual body in the future kingdom, not in this raggedy kingdom. This is our demise right here. This is the worst of everything that we have ever been as a nation of people. That's for the future kingdom. That's for the glory of the Most High. Continue.
Verse 41. There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory.
Right, so every star is different from another star. Some stars are brighter than some. All right? Some operate differently, but every star is different. Okay, go ahead.
So also is the resurrection of the dead.
So also is the resurrection of the dead. There is going to be a resurrection of the dead. Okay? That's a mystified and has been $100 question. Is there going to be a resurrection? A lot of people don't believe in that. There ain't no resurrection, brother. Once you're dead, you're dead. Ain't no coming back from the grave. But there is. There's going to be a day of that resurrection. See, the Most High has things in store for us that the Most High said, though he told us, we will not believe it. That's why the Most High said, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard the things the Most High put in store that love, that he loves. All right? The Most High has some secret things that he's going to reveal in the end. Okay? Go ahead.
It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor.
So it said, we have probably said it was sown in, sown in corruption, and it's going to be raised in incorruption. We were raised and born in corruption, but in the final chapter of all this, of all that we went through in this earth, from the beginning of the creation of the Garden of Eden to now, all that is going to be changed in the future kingdom. Okay? But all this had to be played out. The Most High had to show us through the stages and ages of time so that we could come to that full perfection and understanding of the Most High's creation, of what he wanted for us. So it would take a lifetime for us to really be educated on the Most High plans, what he wanted to show us. It couldn't have been done 1, 2, 3, bam. It had to be played out in a long process of time until we get to that set portion of time that the Most High wanted everything to be fulfilled. And this is the time now. And when we get into that kingdom, the Most High is going to show us everything from the beginning. Everything, why it was done, the process of why he had to go through such a long time. Because everything with the Most High is not just 1, 2, 3, presto. Everything had to be worked out in stages. Right? It was all a learning process. Are we still in the garden? Yep, we're still in the garden. We're still in the garden. We're still in the garden. Learning what? The negativity. We're still in the garden learning negativity. For what the Most High told Adam and Eve, from that time to now was all that process of time to show us. When the Most High said, now that man shall put forth his hand and take off the tree of life, that's what we're doing now. From that time he told Adam to now. We're still in the garden, learning that negativity. Now we're trying to get to what? To the positive. We have to take off that tree to learn. And that's what the Most High was doing. The Most High did it, bam, presto. Just like when we came out of Egypt, the Most High said, you know what? Bam, you're going straight into the land of Canaan. But the Most High said, no. I'm going to let you prove yourself and be educated from your errors. And the Most High said, for every day that you messed up, you're going to wander 40 years in the wilderness. Most High let us go straight into the land right away. But nah, it won't work like that. Man has to be educated the hard way. You know what I said? The best education is what? Is experience. When you experience things in life, you learn from it. And if you don't learn from it, something is wrong.
Right.
You don't go back and do like the same thing you did. When you were back in your, let's say, in your teens, 18, 19, would you go back and do the same thing you did when you were 18, 19, 20? The foolish things you were doing, now that you understand, would you go back and do it? Hell no. But you learn from it and say, damn, I could have been killed. I could have been killed when I went into that man's house and took his wife. You understand? When you say, damn, when he went to work, I went in there, snuck in there with his wife. You can say, damn, I didn't know that, but now I know, damn, that's death. Right? When you robbing people on the street, like, damn, I could have gotten killed. So everything has to be a learning process. Like Paul said in the scripture, everything that was written aforetime was what? Was written for our learning. So that's what the Most High was doing to us. We had to be educated, man. Because what? The Most High said, we're going to be what? As angels judging this earth. We're going to judge angels. In order to rule this earth and judge this earth, you have to know what? Jurisprudence. You have to know law. What is right from wrong, what is good, what is evil. How are you going to judge the earth if you don't know what's right from wrong? So that's why the Most High put so much upon us. Because in the end, we're going to be the rightful rulers and judges of this earth. And anybody could say a damn thing because we've been through it. Every kingdom upon the face of the earth, we serve slavery in those kingdoms. And guess what? From all those kingdoms, we learn from those kingdoms. When we leave out of this kingdom, are we going to learn from it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to learn from this here. Even some of the trade that we have learned here is going to be put to use in our future kingdom, but on a higher level. On a higher level. If you were a mechanic over here, you think you just push that skills to the side? No. It's going to be utilized, but on a higher level. Everything that you learn over here is going to be put to use in the future kingdom. You're not just going to just push it in the ground and, oh, no, that was back then. No. The Most High is going to elevate that level of knowledge and understanding. All right? Nothing just goes by the wayside. Everything that you learn in this kingdom is going to be put to use in the future kingdom, but on a higher level. See Esau making our form of technology today? That's going to be used, but on the righteous level. The righteous level. You think we're just going back to horse and going back to a horse and car? Hey, go. In the kingdom? Nah. If you want to. But the stages of using technology is going to increase. Are we going to use cars? Yes, but not stuff that pollute and destroy the earth at a high level. If you want your horse and buggy, that's good. If you want to take your time forever, that's up to you. Whatever you want. You understand? Because man wasn't meant to be moving such a fast pace like that. You were meant to enjoy life to the fullest, man. Okay? You could get, what time is it? You could be here, what, 1 o'clock? And within by 4 o'clock, you could be in a different part of the world in today's technology. Back in the ancient world, it would take you months to get to that journey. In the space of 4 hours, you could be over in close to California using his technology. All right? But, like I said, we're going to use technology in the kingdom. But it's not going to defile or destroy the environment. Everything is going to work off of the elements. I was reading Revelation 21 about the kingdom. And the Most High said, in the kingdom, there's not going to be no need for the sun or the moon. Why is that?
The brightness of the Most High.
The brightness of the Most High, and what else? You right? And what else? But what else too? Remember it says there were 12 stones in the foundations of it? Every stone gives off what?
Energy.
A certain energy and vibration that's going to light up the whole area. Everything is connected. They said one of this stone, the jasper stone, was like a crystal. It was transparent. And every stone was different. Stones have what? Power and elemental vibrations and power to it. Everything is going to be connected right back to the way it was in the beginning. The way the Most High wanted it to be. All right? So, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard what the Most High have in store for us, man. You understand? The Most High is going to show us things, man. When we sit, we're going to be sitting like this, like, wow. We're going to be like little children, like, damn, I didn't know that. And Esau is trying to tap into that technology. But the Most High is not going to let him perfect that technology because this is not the place for that technology. Even tapping into nuclear, that's power. But he tapped into it on the left-hand side, where it's destructive. All right? So let's continue reading that. I just want to touch on that for a little bit. All right?
Continuing in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 43. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory.
And we're going to be raised in glory. Go ahead.
It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power.
And we're going to be raised in power. Go ahead.
It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body.
But we're going to be a spiritual body. We're going to have the components of the spiritual realm. Continue.
There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body.
See that? Go ahead.
And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
A quickening spirit. Quick. Fully completed with all the ingredients of the Most High. Go ahead.
Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural.
See, the first wasn't spiritual. He had to go through the natural realm of things. All right, go ahead.
But that which is natural, and afterward, that which is spiritual.
So the next stage is a spiritual level for us. Continue.
The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Adawan from heaven.
Right, and that second man is YAHAWAH from the heaven that embodied all of the components of the Most High. All right, continue.
As is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
Right, we're going to bear that image of the heavenly. We're going to take on that full image of the Most High that he wanted us to have in the beginning. All right? When the Most High said he made man in his image, we're going to take on that full image of the Most High. Okay? Continue.
Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahawah.
Right. This earthly, physical, carnal can't inherit the kingdom of the Most High. All right? It's too weak. It's too corrupt. Continue.
Neither doth corruption inherit. I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
All of us is going to be changed. Okay? Continue.
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible.
See? And the dead in the grave is going to be raised incorruptible in that last day, that final day. All right? Go ahead.
And we shall be changed.
Now we're going to be changed. Remember Sam Cooke said, he sang that song, A Change Gonna Come? Mm-hmm. That's a spiritual song, man. When he made that song, he knew something, man. The Most High connected with him when he said, a change is going to come. And that song is a spiritual song, man. You could feel the spiritual vibration in that song, man. All right? Go ahead.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
That's right, immortality. All right, go ahead.
So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Right, death is going to be swallowed up in victory. After we finish this test that the Most High put us through, this going to school, and the Most High destroyed death. That's going to be the final saying. Because in the Most High kingdom, it's not going to be no more death the way we die today. Is there going to be death? Yes. But when you die, you're just going to translate right back to the spiritual realm. You're not going to die with no pain, no sorrows, no suffering. Okay? This death here is total, oh man, it's something else, man. Okay? But the death in the kingdom is not going to be the way it is today. Because we're going to live a long time. You're not going to live forever. The Most High said the life of my people is like the life of a tree. A tree lives a long time. What was the set time Adam was supposed to live? 1,000 years. That's a long time to live. Some trees live long and longer too. All right? So we're going to live a long time. So when we die, it's not going to be the way we die now. When you die, back in the kingdom, when you die, it's going to be like, damn, he died? Like, oh, it ain't going to be like nothing. Because your existence of your wisdom, your knowledge, your generations, your inheritance, it's all going to be intact right there. It ain't going to be like crying, oh, he died. No. It's going to be like, oh, man, he's coming back. He just went on a trip, a journey. It's not going to be pain and sorrows.
Right, right.
Because you have fulfilled your length of time that the Most High has given you. And everything that the Most High has embedded in you is going to be passed on to your generation, your children. Okay? Death is not going to be the same in the kingdom. So when you die in the kingdom, that's not going to be like nothing. It's not even going to be like death. Okay? Now today when somebody dies, it's painful. It's a painful thing. All right? Continue.
Verse 55. O death, where is thy sting?
Yeah, O death, where is your sting? All right, go ahead.
O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to Yahawah, which giveth us the victory through our Adawan, YAHAWASHI HaMashiach. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast.
See what Paul is saying? This is last and final one. He said, therefore, my brethren, be ye steadfast. All right, go ahead.
Unmovable.
Unmovable. Go ahead.
Always abounding in the work of the Adawan, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Adawan.
See, that your labor is not in vain in the other one. Okay? So that's what we have to do until the end. All right? From there, go to 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, and start from the 35th verse.
Reading out of the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2 and verse 35. Be ready to the reward of the kingdom.
See? So it says, be ready to the reward of the kingdom. Go ahead.
For the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Flee the shadow of this world. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. Or receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that hath called you to the heavenly kingdom.
And that's what we're preparing for that heavenly kingdom, which is going to be here on earth. It's not going to be up in space. That heavenly kingdom is going to be right here on earth. It's going to be translated into a real paradise. Continue.
Arise up and stand. Behold the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Adawan, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of the Adawan. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Most High. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Adawan, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed.
Right. Continue.
I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Adawan with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns.
And that's what we want to receive in the end. Crowns. All of us want to receive that crown in the end, man. That's that crown of righteousness, glory. Okay? Go ahead.
And was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal.
What's the mortal clothing? Is it your physical clothing? No, that mortal clothing is what? That wickedness, sin, evil, abominations. Okay? And put on that immortal clothing. That's what we want, that immortal clothing. Okay? We want to be clothed with immortality. All right? Go ahead.
And have confessed the name of Yahawah. Now are they crowned.
See? And now are they crowned. You want to be crowned in the end. All right? Continue.
And receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahawah.
See? It's the Son of the Most High. All right, go ahead.
Whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Adawan. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Adawan thy power thou hast seen.
Right, and that's just the beginning of the things that the Most High have in store for us. All right, from there go to Revelation, the 21st chapter. Revelation 21, and we'll start from the first verse.
Be right with you.
Reading out of the book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Right. So what does that mean when it says, I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth will pass away? This old raggedy way of life and everything that's in it is going to pass away. The Most High is going to renew it. New rulers, new way of life, new laws. All right? Everything is going to be renewed all over again. Okay? Continue.
And there was no more sea.
What does that mean when it says no more sea?
No more people.
To a certain degree. All right? But there always going to be sea. But and this one here, it kind of had me puzzled when it says no sea. So it means that it's going to be one great sea instead of all these different seas that we have. All right? Because the seas are always going to be here. The Most High made the sea for a reason. All right? Just like the Most High can't destroy the sun or the moon. That's going to be here forever. But he said, in that day, the sun shall be sevenfold brighter than it is now. The moon is going to shine brighter than it is right now. All right? So the Most High is going to make everything perfected the way it was supposed to be in the beginning. Okay? Because remember the Most High said the earth is defiled right now. The earth is totally defiled, man. And the glory of the Most High is not in the earth. All right? So things are going to be changed tremendously in the future kingdom. And remember, the seas are also what? Are also what? Polluted. The seas are polluted, man. The seas got so much uranium, plutonium, mercury, garbage, plastic, destroyed bombs in it. It's a whole lot of garbage in the sea, man. Right. So the Most High have to change and renew that, man. Okay? Especially the Pacific Ocean. That thing is polluted, man. In the Bikini Islands, in those areas, Esau dropped a lot of bombs when he tested his bombs, man. All right? He destroyed and polluted those oceans. At one point, the people that was out in that area in the Bikini Islands had to move out of the islands when Esau dropped that atomic bomb. When he tested that atomic bomb to use against Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that place, it destroyed, man, that ocean, man. The Pacific Ocean is destroyed, man. There's an area that said in the Pacific Ocean, the size of Texas, is loaded with plastic. That area is the size of Texas, just loaded with plastic. And even the birds and the animals that eat the plastic are dying from it. It's like a plastic junk heaven, man. Understand? So this sea, the seas are polluted, man. And also, too, remember, a lot of our foreparents died in those seas, too, during the time of the transatlantic slavery, too. So a lot of bodies are still down there, too, the skeleton, the bones. Okay? So that's one of the reasons why the Most High said it shall be no more sea. All has to be cleared up and cleaned and purified. All right? Continue.
Verse 2, reading out of the book of Revelation, chapter 21. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from YAHAWAH out of heaven.
So when John saw this, he saw this vision of this new Jerusalem. And he saw it coming down. When he was looking, he saw this, man. Okay? This new Jerusalem is going to be decked out of sight, man. This thing is going to be like no city you have ever seen in your life, man. Okay? We admire, oh, New York City, the Big Apple. Be fascinated by that. That ain't nothing, man. Oh, Paris. Look at Paris. Be fascinated when they see places in Europe and around the world. But this kingdom here, oh, man, this is going to be off the hook, man. Off the fahizi, man. Okay, go ahead.
Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, The tabernacle of Yahweh is with men.
And that's going to be in the future kingdom. The tabernacle of the Most High is going to be with men. Go ahead.
And he will dwell with them.
And he's going to dwell with us. Okay? In that future kingdom. Okay? Go ahead.
And they shall be his people. And Yahweh himself shall be with them.
See? The Most High and Yahawashi is going to be in the midst of us. Okay? Continue.
And be their power.
And be their power. Go ahead.
And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death.
No more death. No more death like the way we're dying today. That's going to be faded out. All this death and sickness, the way we're dying, it's going to be faded out. Okay? Go ahead.
Neither sorrow nor crying.
It's not going to be no more sorrow and crying. Okay, go ahead.
Neither shall there be any more pain.
No more pain. Okay, all that was just for our learning experience in this side of the earth, for disobedience. Continue.
For the former things are passed away.
Right, all that's going to be passed away. The former things shall be passed away. Go ahead.
And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new.
See, the Most High is going to make all things new. All things are going to be made new. Continue.
And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
See, he said, Write, for these things are faithful and true. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely.
Freely. See that? He that's athirst. For what? The true understanding of wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. Those Holy Spirit. All right, go ahead.
He that overcometh shall inherit all things.
See what we have to overcome? We have to overcome this test that the Most High put us in. This life is a test. It's a journey. It's just like when we went to school from kindergarten to 12th grade. You have to go through certain tests, pass certain grades in order to move on. That's the same thing we're in right now. We're going through a test to pass, to elevate to a different level. So from kindergarten to 12th grade, we went through all the BS brainwashing of the system to be educated. Then we went to college. We became more educated, so-called educated. All right, we receive our prestigious degrees. Hey, now you're qualified. Now you passed the test. Now you got your PhD, your master's, your bachelor. You got all these degrees. All right, but the Most High have a greater degree for us in the end. All right, continue.
And I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
And that's the second death. So that's the second death, the final destruction. All right? So with that, I end the class, my class. And after that, I ask anybody have any questions. And Zaquana Pash, and this is our final dedication to Chaarawtaza-Ahla and to his family. So big up my so-called Chaarawtaza-Ahla, my Trini brethren. All right. Everybody know Chaarawtaza was a Trini, was born in Trinidad. All right. But he's an Israelite born in Trinidad. All right. So hit it off, Zaquana Pash, the final tribute.
Islands in the sun.